Ivan Demidov is one of the most promising prospects to come out of the 2024 draft. He was drafted in the first round as the 5th overall pick, and the dude is absolutely insane at hockey. The Canadiens have an insanely good top prospect pool. Both inside and outside of the NHL, the Canadiens have a prospect pool a lot of teams dream of having. They've recently debuted Jacob Dobesh. They have top goalie prospect in Jacob Fowler, who is projected to be the Montreal Canadiens' next #1 if it's not Jacob Dobesh. They have Owen Beck, not to mention also David Reinbacher, who is currently on injured reserve. They have Michael Haig, and so many more top prospects that have a ton of potential. But aside from the goaltending, the best prospect they have hands down right now is Ivan Demidov. He is looking like one of the most elite prospects going into the game. Demidov is scoring at a pace closer, if not better, than Matvei Michkov when he was in the KHL, and Demidov is an entire year younger than him. This is an NHL prospect we have never seen before. The reason I say Demidov is a prospect we have never seen before is because of his play in the NHL. Demidov is playing at a level in Russia that we haven't seen in a very long time. If we compare Demidov to other players in the NHL who have played in Russia, it is insane how good he has played. In the MHL, Demidov had a total of 145 points in 99 games played, and had a season in the MHL where Demidov recorded an outstanding 60 points in 30 games that consisted of 23 goals and 37 assists. And even at an amazing playoffs where this dude had put up 11 goals and 17 assists for 28 points in 17 games. Because of this, in the MHL, Demidov has posted the most production by an under 18-year-old player in MHL history. He beats out players such as Nikita Kucherov, Matvei Michkov, and even Pavel Buchnevich. Each have been able to become NHL regulars, and Nikita Kucherov is now considered one of the best players in the world, as he's on pace for another 40-goal, 127-point season. Granted, Demidov has scored less goals than some of these guys, but his playmaking abilities along with a pretty lethal shot have gave him 1.45 points per game ratio, which as said earlier is the most in any MHL history by an under 18-year-old. The KHL has produced many NHL superstars that are based in Russia, and granted the toughness in Russia has diminished slightly in the last couple of years, but make no mistake, the KHL is not an easy place to play hockey even to this day, and is still considered the #2 hockey pro league. That being said, Demidov has been able to put on incredible numbers in the KHL, as he's put up 16 goals and 21 assists for 37 points in 45 games. He is also on pace this season to put up 55 points in 67 games that consist of 24 goals and 31 assists. Let's take one like Vladimir Tarasenko as an example of someone who has played multiple seasons in the KHL. As we know, Tarasenko is a 2-time cup winner and was once known as one of the game's best goal scorers. Now this season, he's having a little bit of a down year, and to be honest, I'm not exactly sure why. Tarasenko in his best season in the KHL recorded 47 points in 54 games, and this was in his 3rd KHL season when he was already 20 years old. Demidov is 19 years old, and he was almost producing points at his level of play. As we know, Tarasenko ended up having multiple 35-goal seasons in the NHL, and would go on to win a cup with the St. Louis Blues and the Florida Panthers. But enough of the comparisons, let's get into Demidov's play and why he is a prospect that honestly we have never seen before. Demidov in his last 10 games played has himself 16 points in his last 10 games, with having 9 goals and 7 assists in that span. Yet in the last 10 games, this dude has been heating up like a computer running for 24 hours straight. Anyway, let's get into this first goal. Demidov is number 91 in blue, and it's a 0-0 game, and St. Petersburg is on a power play with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first period. Demidov picks up this puck from a pass, and he has quite a few options here, so I want to know what you think is going to happen. Do you think A, Demidov is going to shoot this puck on net since he has a dangerous shot? Do you think B, he's going to go cross crease to his teammate over here since there is wide open ice here for him to pass? Or do you think he's going to go Nathan McKinnon mode and just drive to the net like an absolute beast? Well, believe it or not, Demidov actually does go cross crease, so if you chose B, you would be correct. He Even though going cross crease is a common move, when you really stop the play and go into slow motion, you really realize how many options you really have with the puck. He could shoot it on net, or he can even pass it back here to his defense, but Demidov recognizes the open ice and takes the opportunity for his teammate, and well, it pays off. This goal highlights Demidov's sick IQ and being able to recognize which chance would actually be better to take. Now, let's look at another goal from the same game. So it's 2-1 St. Petersburg with a little over 16 minutes left in the second period, and Demidov picks up this puck. Wait, hold on, it's a little blurry, just give me a second and let's zoom in here. Alright, there we go, that's a little better. Now that we're zoomed in, I want you to pay attention to this right here. If you look at Demidov, he has his stick pulled back. Now this can mean one of two things. Demidov could decide to shoot this puck on net with a wicked wrister, or he could pull off something crazy and deke the player. These are your two options. What do you believe it is? I'll give you 3 seconds. Just kidding, 1 second is enough, so if you chose B, you yet again are correct. As Demidov puts on the mitts and he goes to absolute work, twisting the opposing player's ankles, showing off his skill like he's at Friday Night Skate, and damn, a nice goal puts St. Petersburg up 3-1 in this game. But hold on, do you notice that stick that is being poked towards Demidov? Yeah. Demidov isn't doing this move just to show off his style. He does this because if he does go for the wrister, this puck actually has a decently high chance of getting blocked by the player. So what he did here is huge big brain metric, and it shows his ability to make last second decisions, because who knows, maybe he was going to risk this puck on net until he realized there's a poke check right in front of me. But yeah, this goal would give St. Petersburg the league, and well, Demidov's on a hot streak. Anyways, let's move on to the next goal. So it's 1-0 CEB with less than 10 minutes to go in the first period. This is Demidov, and right now literally no players are on him right now. Not sure where the 5th player is, and he's probably off screen, but honestly I have no idea. But Demidov is wide open for a one-timer here, and he's going to go for it. But wait, I know it's blurry, but this is the puck and this is Demidov. What do you think is going to happen here? There are 2 options that he could do here. He could either A, fake the one-timer and rush the goalie for a nice deke, or B, he could really just take this one-timer and take his chances on the goalie. One of Demidov's strengths is his mind games, and Demidov constantly plays them. So if you chose A, you would be correct. By doing this, he absolutely fakes the goalie out, and hell, maybe even he fakes his own teammate out, and he puts a little extra sauce on it when he taps this puck in for the goal. This goal would tie the game for St. Petersburg, and damn, it really shows off his amazing skill of Ivan Demidov. A lot of the time with him, it's just not your simple wrister, or even your simple rush chance that burns players and goalies. Demidov goes the extra mile, and even with having amazing speed on these plays, he on top of this has mind games, and every time the puck is on his stick, it is nerve-wracking, especially for the other team. It's one of the reasons this dude actually went 5th overall in the NHL draft. Demidov goes the extra mile, and well, he is a special player, and I suspect that he will have an immediate impact when he does eventually make the Montreal Canadiens lineup. A lot of people have been suspecting that Demidov will most likely go on a line with Patrick Laine or Kirby Deke, and honestly, I do believe that this is an ideal play, as not only will this elevate Demidov's game and give him more of a chance to get a lot of points, you're on a line with Laine and Deke, and this will also elevate their games, as Demidov has a ton of perks to his playing style. But yeah, there is always a chance that someone can be a bust, and Demidov is no exception to this. He could end up a bust, or a player who won't score more than 30 points in a season. The best example I can honestly think of is Jesperi Kotkaniemi. He went 3rd overall in the 2018 draft, and everybody suspected he would be an amazing player due to his wonderful World Juniors performance and his good play on the ice. While Kotkaniemi is not an awful player by any means, he hasn't been able to reach above the 43-point mark, and recently last season had 27 points in 73 games. While he's having a better season this year, Kotkaniemi is always prone to having those long streaks where he doesn't put up any points at all. But with all that aside, Demidov is a promising player. The type of prospect we honestly have not seen in a while, and I do believe Demidov is going to tear it up in the NHL when he eventually has a chance to get there. But hey, let me know what your guys' thoughts on this are down in the comments below. Do you guys believe that Demidov eventually will make the NHL and have an immediate impact? Well, I mean, obviously he's going to make the NHL, but do you believe he's going to have an immediate impact? Like, do you think he's going to get 50 points in his first 60 games? Let me know down in the comments below, and let me know if you guys enjoyed this sort of long-term video. I've been trying to improve my editing style and get a little better at making these type of videos, but hey, give me guys' thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.